Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to part 2 of my TRND Pro review. I've started a blog post on it. I did one video which you can find on my channel. It'll also be embedded in the blog post, which I'll link in the description below, and you can come here and go through it all. I've got lots of different things in here. Here's the part 1 review. It was really just looking at the overlays, so these symbols, right? These buys and exits and buys and exits symbols. So that's like the essence of all of these, and there's lots and lots and lots of these systems out there. My current favorite at the moment is something called Algo Pro. If you haven't been watching the channel, then definitely check out Algo Pro. I'll leave a link in the description below. It's the cheapest one that I've been able to find. It actually works really, really well, and it's pretty simple as well. But it can be automated, which is really nice. You can really get into all the different bots and things. That seems a little complex, but the Algo Pro has a good Discord that there's some really good people in there that are helping people out to get bots going and things. It's not something I've really started working on yet, but anyway, I want to talk about TRND Bot a little bit more. This one's expensive. I'm not a huge fan. In the grand scheme of things, it's not much money, but it's $78 a month, which is definitely on the high side for these indicator programs. It's higher than Lux Algo, it's higher than Algo Pro, it's higher than Easy Trades. There's so many of these things I've been looking at, I get mixed up with them all now. I have a lot of them in here, by the way. Some of them I've unsubscribed to, but a lot of them I still have. So there's a few here. There's also one or two in here that I'm going to review very, very soon as well. But anyway, so let's look at what else the TRND Bot offers rather than just the signals, because you can see the signals work fairly well. This is a 1 hour time frame. Again, generally signals work better on the longer time frames, so like the daily or the 4 hour, they usually work better. I do like these in that there's like this dashboard up here. It gives you the trend. So currently it's for SPY, it's saying it's a bullish trend, and its volatility is 84%. The mood is normal. Short term is up. Intermediate term is up. This little dashboard thing you can change in here, so you can get rid of it like this. Don't know if you can reposition it. Some of these algo things you can reposition it. I don't see one here that allows you to reposition that dashboard. Doesn't mean you can't do it though. Sometimes it'll be in like one of these other menus, but it's not. So you don't have a super extensive menu. The main thing is the dashboard. So let's get rid of the dashboard for the time being though, because it's pretty self-explanatory. There's nothing really that useful, and it just blocks signals and gets in the way, so get rid of that. With this, I found that you can put on the different AI modes. So like here's one right here, and so we talked briefly about this, where with the AI mode it actually gives you take profit, so it can help you scale out a little bit but keep you in the trade as long as possible, and that's what it's designed to do. This AI mode is keep you in the trade as long as possible. So the other features on here, something like the reversal cloud, so let's just get rid of the buy-sell signals for the time being. I think I talked briefly in a different video about this. Apparently this works better on the shorter time frames. Again, it's hard for me to appreciate that this is not just something like the Keltner channels or the Bollinger Bands. So for me, this is not a huge positive thing to have. But one thing you can do is if you drop down to the shorter time frames, let's do 5 minutes. Apparently it's more accurate on the shorter time frame, so let's see if that claim is true. This looks pretty good, so we can add back the TRND Bot's actual buy-sell signals. Let's see. Trying to get them back, you have to actually click on the indicator part. Here we go. So buy-sell signals right here. So here is what you would see. So you'd get a bounce off the cloud here with an exit signal. So of course that could be a short as well. If it's red, sell. Buy here, pretty good. This stuff is kind of mixed though. Decent bounce here with a buy, decent exit. So definitely helps a little bit. But again, this probably is something you could get for free on TradingView and superimpose on something like Algo Pro or one of these other charts. So I'm not overly excited about that particular part of this. Dynamic support and resistance. Let's have a look at that. Alright, so red is resistance and green is support. Now, this doesn't look too bad. I mean, you can see let's go up in time frame just a little bit. Let's go to 1 hour. Sometimes things are a bit more clean. So the problem here is we have no resistance, so that's not the best. But you can see these levels are not really that well, like, they're not that useful. I mean, maybe this one, so you can see we have a bounce here, a couple of bounces here, and it holds support and then it breaks it. I don't know. Like, I'm not a huge levels trader, and often it just looks kind of like a bit of a mess. But if you want support and resistance drawn in for you, then maybe this is something you would like. Looking at this here, it doesn't look like this resistance line is really doing much at all. I mean, maybe on this rejection once, see if it has any other rejections. We're going back quite a few days here. It's just not being tested, so it just doesn't feel like it's very useful. I mean, there's so many buys and so many exits. It just doesn't seem particularly useful to me. This level held once, held twice, then kind of held the second level up, then went up. It just, I don't feel like it's this huge, like, hugely helpful. I mean, maybe, like, but not for the style of trading that I do. These levels are not helpful. So, not a fan of that particular either. I'd rather draw my own in. Look at the harmonic zag. This is weird. So you can see how it has like lower lows. Oh, trade station popping up. Get rid of that. Let's get rid of the signals for a sec, because this just looks so cluttered. So buy and sell, get rid of those. And by the way, if you want to come and check out my Facebook group, we vote on these things quite a lot. So what I try and do is people from my YouTube channel end up buying these things and testing them out. And then we do polls and things so that other people can see. So here was one from Algo Pro, not the one I'm reviewing right now. And you see 97% of people said that it was useful and helpful and they like it. So that's pretty good. So I'm going to do a poll on TRND Bot. I just don't know how many people are buying this that would be in the Facebook group. So if you want to come to the Facebook group and do polls like this, it can be useful to see what other people say about products and stuff. So I'll leave a link in the description and you can come and do a poll or ask me to do a poll or whatever, and we can check things out before you buy them. It can be helpful. So you have this higher high and then a higher low and then a lower high and then a higher low. It's like, okay, great, thanks. Maybe for some more advanced trading systems this would be useful, but for me this is completely pointless. Tunnel vision's just basically a trend thing, so it just shows like the downwards nature. On the 5 minute we're downtrending on SPY. Kind of useful. I don't know. This apparently is pretty useful, so you can see when it switches. So you've got these red and green. Apparently when they switch, it's quite a leading indicator. That usually means that you're going to see some downwards action, and then when it switches to green, you see some upwards action, and you can see it's actually pretty good. Occasionally it gets it kind of wrong, like it switches here. Eventually we did get this gap up, so it's on the 5 minute. So this does actually look pretty nice. Again, let's zoom out and look at it on like the 4 hour time frame, see how that looks. So it's not super, like, it's a little bit lagging, you can see, but when it switches to red, you do get some downwards action, which is nice, and then switches to green, you get some green action all the way up. So yeah, this might be one of my favorite features. It's pretty nice. So that could be, yeah, this is nice. So I'd say out of all these extra features, other than the buy and sell, and we can add those back in really quick and see how they look on here, I would say that this, whatever it's called, volatility, support and resistance, might actually be one of the better ones. So let's add on the buy sell signals, and if they align like with this, then it could be pretty nice. So there's a buy right here, yeah, right before it, and then you'd get the confirmation. So I quite like this. You know, buy here and then a confirmation of this flipping, and you up, exit. Still the trade would continue, but it's having you go in and out quite a bit on the 4 hour here. Interesting. So that definitely is a nice feature on it. It looks pretty good. So I don't want to just say negative things about this. I think that is a good feature. Pretty good. Safety mode is interesting. It's basically, it only lets you go with the trend and things, so we switch safety mode on. Really doesn't help that much, right? So not hugely helpful overall. Not something I'd really use. I'll probably stick with this a little bit and take some trades with the, in particular with that volatility support and resistance thing. I think could have a quick look at different things. So I wonder how it works on the futures. Actually, let's just look at like Tesla or something, and then we can look. So Tesla, it looks good. I mean, this looks pretty nice. He's keeps you in the trade quite a while, so that's good. So yeah, so definitely, if you're thinking about TRND Pro, this is definitely one of my favorite parts of it. I think it's much clearer than all the other stuff, like all the buys and exits and stuff, you know, just kind of keep it simple. The other thing is the Discord is pretty cool. So the Discord has some real-time alerts, so you can get the alerts to your phone or whatnot. So you can see today, this morning, there was an alert on a 4-hour. It was sell XRP USD. And so you can see this is crypto, futures. So you can get these different alerts. And it looks like they're really, really spot on. So 2-hour sell, take profit on NQ. I'm trying to see where it said to actually enter NQ though. Like how long were these trades? Here we go. So it was on the 1st, so 4 days ago. So let's go and look at NQ on the 2-hour real quick. So these do seem to work pretty much all the time. So if you're looking for alerts, it's kind of cool. So let's turn this to the 2-hour. And then zoom out to the 4th, the 1st. There's November, December is here. Just zoom in. Turn the signals off really quickly. They're just so cluttered sometimes. It just... Alright, so the Discord was saying that this was a buy. Let's see. So 2-hour buy NQ, and that was on the 1st at 3:10. So the 1st is right here. So 3:10 was about so that actually looks like a loss to me, which is interesting because it's gone down ever since. So let's see if it actually said what it actually said here. So 2-hour buy NQ, just looking through here. And this one's saying 2-hour sell, take profit on NQ, money bags. But I'm not seeing the NQs higher now. Now maybe I'm doing something weird here. But this looks like, I guess maybe on this spike here. So maybe an entry, maybe a tiny little bit, but there's certainly a dip in between. So I don't know what to make of that. I guess I took it for, like, just looking at these, it looks like they all win. So take profit, take profit. I never see like take a loss or close, or it's usually seems to be quite a high win rate. So not completely sure how good those actually are. It would be nice if they were really solid, but we'll see. Well, hopefully it's helpful, and hopefully it helps you decide whether you want to go ahead and try out TRND Bot. Personally, I think there's better ones out there. I'll leave links in the description to the ones I prefer. I'll still work on this review. I'll take some trades with it. I'll see if I can like figure out what the best combination of indicators are. But at this point, it feels like the cost is just a little bit too high for what you get. It's not a next level up to any of the other ones that I'm testing, but it is next level up in price. So Algo Pro is anywhere from $150 to $200, depending on whether they're running a sale. But that's for lifetime, so it's only like 2 or 3 months of TRND Bot, and I really can't see the advantage to TRND Bot over Algo Pro. So at the moment, I'm still going with Algo Pro as my number one, and you can check it out. I'll leave a link in the description below. It'll give you the best possible price. Hopefully they'll do some holiday discounts on this as well. Alright guys, hopefully that's helpful, and I'll talk to you soon.